So, big weekend this past weekend. Maybe a lot of you are aware, maybe some of you are not, but this past weekend on Saturday, it's now a few days past, but on Saturday, I proposed to my girlfriend. We did it in the chapel here on campus where I go to school. Got a sweet, like, super Catholic engagement photo moment, but exciting stuff. I feel I feel so good about it, like, being done, and I accomplished the thing. But I want to reflect a little bit on the significance of that moment, of the proposal process from the guy's point of view. How traditionally the guy gets down on one knee and opens up, gives the ring and says, "Will you marry me?" The act of getting down on one knee to propose, the significance of that, because there's a lot to it. Particularly significant to me because of the location. It was in the chapel where I have gotten down on one knee, on both knees so many times for, genuflecting when I walk into the pew, kneeling down to pray, that there's a lot of a connection there. And that in both cases, for example, when I walk into the chapel and I get down on one knee, genuflect towards the altar, towards the tabernacle before walking to the pew, or when I get down to kneel to pray, there is a measure of reverence and respect towards God. Because it's like a humbling act. I'm literally lowering myself. If I get down on one knee or on both knees, I'm making myself smaller, making myself lower to the ground. Being humble is like being grounded, being lower to the earth. But it's a humbling act that gives respect, reverence, and honor to the other person. So in the proposal process, me getting down on one knee is me saying to my now fiance, me saying to her, I respect, reverence, and honor you enough to humble myself, to get down on one knee to give this almost plea, this immense question to you. Will you take me, a humble servant, to you for, the potentially the rest of our lives in marriage? Also, another cool thing, and I just read this today as I was thinking about this, that by genuflecting, by getting down on one knee, I brought myself down to around the level of the womb of my girlfriend. I brought myself down to be at the level of the place where, in asking for marriage, we are committing to being open to bringing about new life. So I'm not only committing myself to her, but to the potential of what can grow within her in the womb where my eye level is at. So I am respecting both her, the person in front of me, and the potential new life that she and I can bring forth together. And lastly, it's a show of some kind of submission or surrender. That by me bringing myself lower, by humbling myself and performing this act of going down on one knee, I am in a way surrendering myself, surrendering a measure of my independence, a measure of my bachelorhood, of my singleness, to a life of service and a life of love given to the other. Because what love really is, the greatest love, is to give of oneself. Jesus says there's no greater love than this, but to lay down one's life for a friend. And me, I am laying down my life, my old life, surrendering my old life to the potential, the possibility of new life, new chapter of life, new journey ahead, side by side with my partner, with my fiance. It's really cool, and I think it went really well. Obviously a profound moment, and I'm super excited about the journey ahead, of course. I made a video about it, so the video will be linked down below of like the day, the process, because I know people like to see that. Prayers, of course, appreciated, kind words, all of that good stuff. That is the significance of a very profound moment that maybe gets overlooked, but has so much significance to adding to the question that we ask, adding to the gift that we give. It is all me offering love through respect, honor, and some measure of submission, giving of myself to her. Yeah, that's all.